Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpina.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback. Always remember that you can take us along with you. And this morning, just tell somebody that you know to tune in, and also turn us on if they just have regular TV, 15.2. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Welcome you to the program.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a little misty outside today, but still the temperature's not too bad. 14th of October, we're moving right along, and this year has been going rather quickly, and I am concerned about all that is going on because this is an election year, and we are going to talk about the ballot and the two proposals on there that are not good for anybody. But we have a guest on with us, whom I can hear right now. You know, the meeting we even say is either feast or famine, but I want to say happy Monday to all of those of you who tuned in, Katrina and Sylvia, Gladys, Carl, Ron, you know, and we want to say good morning to
I'm going to holler at my brother, Professor Griggs, along with Ruth Ann and Jackie, Brother Shane, Brother Fred, and as I always say to you all, and I demonstrate as well, have your pen and paper handy, because we're going to have information that you want to retrieve and hold on to and use, as a matter of fact. So we thank you for viewing us, and you can tell your friends that this is RadioWeCanSee.com.
Right. That's right.
Let's get everybody on board. RadioWeCanSee.com.
Absolutely. And I can't forget to tell Sister Fedora hello, and Eric. Anyway, Thabiti, we have a guest with us this morning. What we got with us over there?
Yes. Today, and some of you who watch our show regularly are familiar with Brother James Ford. He's a very active, retired man. He ain't sitting around playing golf or nothing. He's out here on the front line fighting. Mm-hmm. So I want to introduce Brother James Ford.
Yes, absolutely. He does more now that he doesn't work anymore than when he worked, you know.
Sounds like me.
Me too. I think others have had that experience when they are retired as well. Mr. Ford, tell us what is on the front burner for you this time.
Well, what's been on the front burner for me for the last, year was going to Lansing, Michigan, and we accomplished that as a group, going to Lansing, dealing with the situation with red light running and drag racing. But what's on the front burner now, and we'll talk about that a little later, is we're going to figure out a way that we're going to dispose of Donald Trump. But first, let's get back to Lansing. I just want to say we did go to Lansing, myself, you, Al Martin, Russ Ballant, Maxine Willis, and others that took part in that. And it was kind of historical because, as I said, when we left, we were making history. There was a video made of it. It's being edited, and it will be out. Although a lot of people have seen the unedited copy, we did go and we made history. We were the first city to say that we've had enough. This is not only happening in Detroit, it's in Memphis, it's in Louisville, it's in Miami, and as I was telling the people in Lansing, it's going to be everywhere because a lot of shop owners now are closing their outside restaurants because people would think that they may get hit. But that's what we went to Lansing, And it wasn't a lot of us, but it was enough to get some suggestions from the people that are in and out of Lansing, the legislators. They say, next time you come, we want to see a lot more because this is plaguing the state. It's definitely plaguing the city, and we want to see more people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, it seems that people are just taking it in stride, that it's something that is acceptable, you know. And when you hear of something or see something often enough, you just say, oh, well, that's the crazy ones, and you keep going. But this is very dangerous, and people have gotten killed. The media does not report it enough as far as I'm concerned. So you find that it's overlooked, and it's something that should not be overlooked.
One thing I would add too, and I'll let Brother Ford continue on it, is that I'm sure that even many of these legislators also are seeing, viewing, experiencing, or their family members or those in their circle are experiencing the same thing. So they're not immune to that any more than any of us who are just your regular pedestrians or citizens who drive. So I would hope that, you know, even though they want to see more people, if they've had that experience one time, that's one too many.
Absolutely. And Judge Craig Strong was hit by someone speeding through a red light. Is that right?
Yeah, Craig Strong was hit, and also John Telford been hit. Actually, it wasn't in this state, but I've been hit, and there are quite a few people that have been hit. But what people do is they, after the injury, after the death or whatever, they try to suppress it, and they go on and they think that nothing can be done or nothing should be said. And this is going to have to stop. As I said before, there are a group of people. Now, when we went to Lansing last time, we went under Detroit red lights. That has been turned over now to Michigan for safe driving. In other words, we're going to change the whole thing. The new person that's going to head this, which is going to be Mr. Doan and Miss Beverly Parrish and Joyce King, who are meeting every other Sunday at the Wingstop on 8 Mile and Myers. They're going to be under Michigan for safe driving. They're going to try to unite all the every different city is going, and county are going to have their own, what we might call representatives or aggregates to come. So in other words, it's going to be a uniting force. It's not going to just be Detroit next time, Detroit red lights. It's going to be, if you get all the different counties and different cities and everybody bring maybe 10 or 20 or 30 people, can you imagine what Lansing is going to look like? So as of starting maybe in a couple of weeks, they will be going to malls and different places, recruiting people in different cities to have their own representatives, and there will be one meet and one strike in Lansing at one time. It will be a conglomeration of all the different people in the states. It's not going to be just Detroit anymore. We got to advance this and take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, I'm glad that it will continue. What I say that needs to be done in Detroit is a traffic detail. We, at one time, some years ago, had a traffic detail. Now we have fewer police officers, and two, it seems that the majority of them are in downtown Detroit. So I'd like to see the legislators in Lansing address this. And as they vote to allocate funds, they need to allocate funds for the law enforcement departments It's throughout the state, so it should be throughout the state. But I am concerned about this community, the largest city in the state. So that's something that they need to take under consideration. In Lansing, you know, there was a test done successfully that proves that even a vacant police vehicle can deter crime. And that is one of the things that can be used in fighting this issue. Two, those police personnel who take our vehicles outside the city should not have to. They should have to drive their own vehicles into the city and transfer into a police vehicle. And since it is true that vehicles are a deterrent to crime, in Detroit is where the vehicles should be.
Well, I would like to encourage everybody in Detroit that has a understanding of what's going on and want to speak. Every Tuesday, the police commissioners meet. You have a voice.
Excuse me.
That's
every Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Mm.
On Thursday, the police commission. On Thursday, the police commissioners meet. I think it's at 3:00, but sometimes they meet at 6 in the evening, so that the community people that work can get there. But go and speak out on this issue. They would like to hear your concern. Now, Lansing does not have to authorize a police detail. We can do that. If enough people go down, not a police detail, but a traffic detail unit. If enough people go downtown complaining, that doesn't have to come from Lansing. You can encourage your mayor, city council, and the police commissioners and the police to have a traffic detail. So we don't have to wait for that. That can come. So you just got to complain. You just got to step up and stand up. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The BD.
Well, we're almost halfway through the show, and I bring that up because I know Mr. Ford also mentioned that the T-Rump man.
Yeah, I just want to throw this in because I just want to say this about Donald Trump. You know, anytime a person calls where you came from, your group of people, S-whole country, how can you vote for him? Another thing is, how can you sit back? He has said that he's going to give complete immunity to the police departments. Now, immunity to the police departments in Detroit may not mean nothing because they're still going to have to probably wear their body cameras and will. But all the other surrounding cities and places, it's going to be like open season. In other words, they're going to have immunity. They can pull off the body cameras. Whether they say the body camera was on or off, they don't have to pull them off. But we as a group of people cannot sit back. Let's try to get a chain conversation. I encourage everybody now to call 5 people. After you get off the phone, whatever you're doing tonight, call 5 people and tell them to call 5 people, not only in Detroit, around the nation, and tell them those body cameras are going to come off. It's going to be open season, and you do not want that. Children are in cars and everything. So the young people, spread that to the young people. Young people who are not paying attention to what's going on. There are other things, but that will get the young people involved. They want to talk. They get off the elevators and talk to me. They open the car doors and stuff and listen to what I'm saying. Approach the young people. Call 5 people and let these young people know that immunity means taking the body cameras off. Yes, Theo.
If the candidate who is running says that he is going to give immunity to the police, that will include Detroit. It would definitely include Detroit. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
The union, and you remember we had a residency, And the union members who wanted to live outside the city, white males mostly, went to Lansing. I went to Lansing as well. I went 3 different times with officers who are friends of mine. And there were just a boatloads of white males who are members of the union. And they fought and they threatened, et cetera, et cetera. So today, we no longer have residency in Detroit. And if they find that they would have to wear cameras and no officer anywhere else in this country was wearing them, they'd be raising hell about that too. So you better believe they would be taking them off in Detroit.
Well, I just want to say this, and I concur with you fully. Just everybody, please, and this is serious stuff, if you have time for the next 2 weeks or what it is before Election Day, just call 5 people and tell those 5 people, and don't only call in Detroit, call outside and let them know the body cams will come off, and that should ignite everything. It's like a chain phone call. Mm-hmm. That's what we can do. That's all we can do now, because you do not want this madman in office.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, not if you have time, make the time.
Exactly.
Because prior to officers having to wear cameras and having cameras on the vehicles they drive as well, okay, when they were not in use, our young people, our young males in particular, got beaten brutally.
Yes.
Some ended up dead. But there was no evidence, no witness. Oh, he fell on his own, and hit the curb or ran into a light pole. Just any stupid thing they would say. And then, of course, we have known that judges are likely to side with the police officers in court many times.
Well,
so the cameras are extremely important, extremely valuable.
And I would add too, now we wouldn't know about George Floyd had it not been for a person who was viewing this atrocity and filming it all during the time. And obviously the police officer had no qualms about continuing to do it. He knew that he was on camera. It meant nothing to him. But Derek Chauvin is now, he's in a 6x9 cell, as they say. So he ain't going to.
Should be.
But why I brought that up is because I was out in Warren, getting ready to, have dinner with my children. And while I was there waiting for them to arrive, I happened to notice 2 Warren police officers who, and I don't know if they had the cameras on or not, but as I sat from a distance, and everyone, you must keep your distance because that is police business. But what I made it a point to do is videotape it. It's not the first time I've done that, but again, I don't interfere with what they're doing. I just want to have a video documented thing so that if something goes down, we'll know who, what, when, where, but we won't know why.
Amen.
I just want to add one thing, and everybody in here concur, and all our listeners. There are 9,000 churches probably in Detroit, and 900 pastors. And it's a church,
like it.
It's a church on every corner, and there's 4 or 5 pastors in every church. So I would just say, please, people, if you're listening, get to the pastors. Get to the people that go to the church, the people that attend the churches, and tell your pastor about this chain conversation that the body cams will come off. There's no reason to not. Every young person in this city should know in a few days about this body cam situation so they'll get out and vote. You got too many churches and pastors to not win this battle. I want to just thank you for letting me be on your show. That's the last thing I have to say. And we can win this. Just make some phone calls. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate you being in the forefront, notifying those who don't know, encouraging them to notify people who may not know. and also starting with their families and their friends, neighbors, co-workers, church members, everybody, because all people need to have this information in particular.
I want to also go ahead, Theo.
No, I was just going to say that we have 2 other things on the ballot they need to know about. Go ahead.
Okay, one of the things I wanted to say is, as Mr. Ford indicated, T. Rump actually had said that, as Mr. Ford said, the S-hole countries. And the interesting thing about that is the mayor of Hamtramck is from one of the 7 indicated S-hole countries that Trump spoke about when he had his presidency. Mm-hmm. Yet this mayor of Hamtramck, in spite of the fact that his country was on the list of those countries listed or indicated by T. Rump, that he still supports T. Rump. He just believes that that man will keep his word, although there's been no evidence over the 4 years that he was in office. That's what I don't get. He was there for 4 years, no wall, all the other things he promised, nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And as the former president, Barack Obama said, that the only reason T. Rump had a great economy is because that's what he left him with. It's not like he created anything on his own. We've got about another 7 or 8 minutes in this segment, and I don't know if you want to speak on the ballot at all, Theo.
Those 2 proposals in particular, and I want to start with money.
Okay, proposal section, and everyone should be aware that there is a proposal section. There's a nonpartisan section. We think about Democrat and Republican, but there's so much more on this ballot. This proposal section, local school district of the city of Detroit, Proposal S. Remember, Proposal S, operating millage restoration. This proposal will restore and increase the limitation on the amount of taxes which may be levied by the school district of the city of Detroit for general operating purposes by 6 mills on all property, except principal residence and other property exempt by law, which would allow the school district to continue to retire its debt obligations. This authority, if approved and combined with the school district's other unexpired authorization, would allow the school district to continue to levy the statutory limit of 18 mills on all property except principal residence and other property exempt by law in the event of future Headley rollbacks. The question is, shall the limitation on the amount of taxes which may be imposed on all property except principal residence and other property exempt by law in the school district of the city of Detroit, county of Wayne, state of Michigan, be increased by 6 mills, that's $6 on every $1,000 of taxable value for 10 years. Now, keep that in mind, 10 years we're talking. The years 2024 to 2033, inclusive, to provide funds for operating expenses of the school district of the city of Detroit. If approved, this millage would raise an estimated $9,589,365 for the school district in the first year that it is levied. Theo?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that the word tax has other words that are substituted as a trick. A millage is a tax. Levy is a tax. And of course, every now and then they will use the word tax. So to think about the fact that we already are charged $18 per 1,000. You add 6, you just said, to that, right?
Yes.
That would be $24 per 1,000. I don't think so. My recommendation is to vote no. No. They're not reporting to us what they're doing with it right now. So why give them more money to play with? My recommendation is no.
Okay. Our second proposal is the Intermediate School District, Wayne County Regional Educational Service Agency, renewal of the regional enhancement millage proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Pursuant to state law, the revenue raised by the proposed renewal of the enhancement millage will be collected by the Wayne County Regional Educational Service Agency, Wayne RESA as an abbreviation, and distributed on an equal per pupil basis to local constituent schools, including eligible public school academies within the boundaries of Wayne RESA. None of the enhancement millage revenue will be distributed to Wayne RESA, and all funds shall be independently audited by the local constituent school districts and eligible public school academies as part of their annual school audits. As a renewal of authority which expires with the 2027 levy, shall the limitation on the amount of ad valorem taxes which may be imposed on taxable property in the Wayne County Regional Education Service Agency, which is RESA, Michigan, be increased by 1.9812 mils, which amounts to $1.98 per $1,000 of taxable value for a period of 6 years from 2028 to 2033, inclusive, to provide operating funds to enhance other state and local funding for local school district operating purposes. It is estimated that the 1.98 mil would raise approximately $108 million when first levied in 2028. The revenue from this enhancement millage will be distributed on an equal per pupil basis to the following listed constituent schools and the public school academies within the boundaries of Wayne RESA, which are eligible to receive enhancement millage under the revised school code. Now, I'm not going to read all these schools. It's just way too many of them. But they did say that the city of Detroit, it does indicate Detroit Public Schools Community District as well. So the question is, do we want to have this enhancement millage proposal passed?
No. It's interesting, $1.98, that's like $2 per thousand, but they said that it would end. No, that the other one, they have an ending date. Is it next year?
2033 is when it will start in 2028 and then in 2033.
They want to start in 28 and end no. Well, mainly because I think the number of schools in there is 42. And by the time you divide up, how much will DPSCD really receive? The governor has signed in a new bill that says per student it's going to be $9,200 or $9,200 per student, which is an increase. Okay, that increase is coming from the state's fund, not from a additional tax that they want to put on us. The next issue has to do with what is the superintendent doing now? I attend school board meetings, which are required 12 months a year. And I recommend that others attend school board meetings as well. They're the second Tuesday of each month. And they're about half a year on one side of the city, half a year on the other side. Currently, they're at Martin Luther King High School. And last year, the superintendent stated that he was going to build 3 new schools. And I thought to myself, that's progress. And our students need to have a new school to attend. Some of those schools still have lead and asbestos. And we need to be free of that.
We're at the bottom of the hour, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, my last point at the bottom of the hour is vote no. Refresh your orange juice coffee. Call someone, tell them to tune in, and we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team. composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000. Access code 338729. Thank you very much.
In the world of digital broadcasting, transmitters and exciters sometimes do this. If this happens when you're watching WHPR TV 33, please do this. Watch us on Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or TV33WHPR.com. Download the WHPR TV app, and we can also be heard on Amazon Echo. So remember, if you see this, you can do this and support the station that supports you.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Groton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.
Always remember you can take us along with you. And today, it's a feast. We always say the BDC, the Feast of Family. And we have a guest with us this morning, the baby.
Yes, I would like to thank Brother Zeke for coming in. He's a film producer and probably wears a whole lot of other hats as well, writing and such. And so I want to introduce Zeke to the audience. And we always ask our new guests especially, who is Zeke?
Well, I'm grateful for one. I'm grateful to be here. Really appreciate you guys allowing me to come on here and to kind of show a little bit of my talent. So I am Zeke, filmmaker who loves to write, make creative projects with other creative individuals. And yeah, I just love making films, love writing. So again, thank you guys for having me this morning.
And I want to add quickly that we weren't unable to have the director on, but I'm sure that Zeke will be able to fill in those spaces as well. Because you know we're all wearing many hats, so you never know which one you got to put on for what day and what time.
True.
Now we do have a trailer of the film, which is called Peccatum. We're going to let you view that trailer, and then we can get into the meat and potatoes of our dialogue.
All right.
She wears one door closed, another one opens, right? Police are still in search of the suspect. One black male and one black female.
I arrived here, but not through the front door. I was laid out on the outside.
That brother
Still ain't figured it out yet. I'm trying to think about, what led me here. Like, I didn't hear something? What is that little brother doing?
More than what we said. I'm sure the body. Why did we come here today? There were no programs or no service.
Like a darkness. Some people like to see that's all they say.
Okay, that was a trailer of the movie Peccatum by our guest Zeke. So give us some background on Peccatum, what it was about, where the concept came from, something maybe about the actors.
Yeah, so Peccatum is a religious-based film. As we talked about in our pre-interview, I grew up in the church, so I think what this movie kind of stemmed from is things I've seen growing up or things that was taught to me. And so from that perspective, and then as well as building a more modern storyline for those who can relate to it. So I wouldn't say, I know some seen in feel like it was borderline horror, but really it was just a good drama theme and some different elements that I think some people will grasp onto, and really to kind of create a conversation based on what I presented. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people like to know, what does the word Peccatum mean?
Oh, yeah. So me and two other writers, we were in the beginning process of creating this film. And so I needed something that was seeming a little bit more catchier. And so Peccatum means sin in Latin. And so I thought Peccatum would be more catchier rather than just calling the film Sin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny is that when you speak of sin, people start to cringe because they know that they ain't holier than thou anymore. You know, it's like a reality check for them in some way.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I find that interesting. Now, you said two other writers worked with you on this project?
Yeah. They kind of helped dive in and created like two other characters. And so once they gave me those other characters, I was able to combine those characters into the plot and the theme of the story. So, but yeah, I think this project was really a group project. After I had written it and sent it out to most of the cast, especially the director, he really broke those characters down. During the process, we did have a character builder on set, so she was able to help the actors as well. getting, kind of really get involved into their roles. So,
did you say something about horror or a love story or what?
Yeah.
What kind of?
Well, it is a religious based film, but it has a little bit more drama. So I know there are specks of like a little bit of horror, and I guess I wanted to make it a little entertaining. So I add those little elements in there. I know I know me and him talked about those certain parts, but once you dive into the story, you start to see like pretty much what the story is about, and it does have a lighter tone. I think I ended up adding some BTS at the end to show behind the scenes and showing you like the fun parts of how we did certain things. But yeah, it was just like a specks of like little jump scares, just to make it a little bit more entertaining. But it's not really scary though.
Now wait a minute.
It's not really scary.
What? It's October, What? You gotta tell me something. Come on.
Well, yeah. So this film is based on the last days, and so growing up, my dad used to show us these films of like Left Behind, Revelation movies, things like that. And so when they made those films back in the 80s, really, I think it was just for their showing, giving information. I don't think it was for like winning any Grammys or Emmy Awards, nothing like that. So basically, I just kind of took an old film that was shown in the 80s and made it a little bit more modern. But the storyline is based on end of days, how these individuals comes to the church and they stuck in this church. And they all got to face their own demons, and so, so they come into a point where they're facing their own demons, their own reality, and it's kind of checking them, one by one. And so, it ends good. It ends good.
Okay.
It's not too scary, but,
all right.
But like I said, I created this film just to get, cause I know everyone has like a different religious background.
Right.
And so, in order to understand your own religion, I feel like you have to understand others as well, and so, but basically this movie was to, kind of give an open conversation, and, so.
Oh, that's good. Okay. That helps me to, visualize a little something. Cause when he said horror, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this the first script that you have written?
Yeah. My first feature film. Yeah. So as now is on Tubi, is on Amazon. We are working to get it on other platforms as well. I've done writing before, a few other people, but they were like smaller projects. But here it was it was like my first main project. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great. Now, when do you expect to have it available for the premiere and all that?
Wait, it's actually available now. People can go watch it on Tubi. You can go and watch it on Amazon as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now, how do you for the ones who are not techies? How do you get to it? When you go to the computer, right? Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah. So you can whether you're on your phone or on your laptop, you can go log into Amazon.
Okay.
And you can put in Pekatom, and it'll pull right up. If you got a Tubi app, those who are who really love the Tubi movie app, you can type in Pekatom on that Tubi app or online, and it should pull up for you.
Okay. Now the BD says have pen and paper handy. Spell that.
Oh, Peccatum. Pekatom.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
So
One more time.
Peccatum.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now the statement you are a writer and a producer. Okay. Now when you picked the director that you wanted to do your film, how did you go about doing that?
Well, director Quincy was actually through like word of mouth. So I had his originally it was his cousin, and so seeing how the schedule was a little hectic, and we needed to get the filming done at a certain time. he gave me his cousin's director, Quincy. And so his resume is pretty long. He worked with Fox Sports. He does other things as well. He's done stuff for people in the industry as well. And so working with Quincy was like truly a blessing. Most of the producers here, which is nothing wrong with it, but most of the producers here, especially their first project, they normally is the director, the writer, all those titles. I didn't want to carry all those titles. I didn't want to carry. If anything, I wanted to kind of learn for those who had that like special quality in that certain, in that certain area. And so, yeah, having Quincy come along and work on this project and seeing him working with DP as well, which is Johnny Cooper. It was truly, truly amazing how he was able to dive in a little bit and work with the cast. They were wonderful. But yeah, that's how it was, just kind of word of mouth. The first assistant director, he kind of knew what I wanted for this project, and he sent Quincy my way and said, I think Quincy would be a better fit. So that's how we ended up meeting.
Oh, now who is he? You said he.
Director Quincy?
No, not Quincy. You said he sent Quincy.
The assistant
Quincy
director. Aaron.
Cousin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. And let me do this list of folks. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So Aaron is
the assistant director.
Assistant director. Okay. And Quincy is his cousin.
Yes.
Who is the director.
Yes.
On this project. Okay. And then you said somebody director of photography. Who was that?
Yeah, Johnny Cooper. He's the one who was behind the camera. So so he did a wonderful job. He does have like a small acting part in one of the scenes, but
Oh, okay.
And I just want to say from my own personal experience as having done videos and knowing how editing it is, the movie is crafted very well because I do critique based on the fact that I'm familiar with it myself from my own experience doing music videos and such, that he did an excellent job on the cinematography. I have to give him, 2 thumbs up, like Siskel and Ebert would do, because I really, really thought it was well done. And I wanted to ask you, you were saying something about a lady who I guess was kind of guiding the actors, I guess kind of funneling or channeling them into the character they're supposed to do. Give us a little idea or background on that, how that goes.
Her name is Redbone. She played the reporter in one of the scenes.
Okay.
And so she was one of the character builders. Besides the director, she was one of the character builders on set. And so, basically, what she did was not only help some of the cast to kind of remember their lines and things of that nature, but she kind of helped them really get into their character. The actors that we worked with, they've done other projects. But as you know, like when you're working on different projects, you have to channel into that character. So every character you play has to be, separate from the last character you played, and so what she did was while on set, she kind of helped some of the actors kind of, really get involved into their character. So,
Now, this name that you just gave us, is that her first name or her last name?
We just call her Redbone. That is her name. Like that's her stage name. She's done music. She's done a lot of acting. When somebody referred me to her, I believe it's one of the other actors, Charles Lovejoy, and even though she had this one small part into one of the scenes, she was obviously wonderful to work with, and the cast really did enjoy working with her. Seeing how most of the individuals on the project have done this like so many times, but
I asked because there was a female who had that same name who used to call in on a radio station. Radio station doesn't exist anymore, but Demetrius Johnson was a football player, and was it East St. Louis? East St. Louis, I believe it was. And he did a radio show. She used to call him all the time. And that was the name that she used. She never mentioned it being in film at all. She just commented on whatever the subject matter was during the show, at that time. but it's a very unusual name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you had said Smith, I would not have asked the question, you know, or John. But anyway, there are, I think it's two other groups. This is Setter. I have another co-host who interviewed the team that did a movie called Girl in the Wall. I don't know if you heard that, but heard about it. But we interviewed them, and that was one of the reasons why I was asking about the movie coming out, because they had a premiere at in Canton, and I was wondering, do you think about doing that, or have you done that before or planned it?
Well, what's funny is we actually did have a premiere, but everything didn't go as planned. So we decided not to go forth with it. In the near future, for my future projects, I am praying I can actually have one. Those premieres are really helpful, not just so that people can come see the film, but the meet and greet part,
Yes.
as far as the production team, the cast, and so it was just unfortunate for Packatown we didn't actually have one. It kind of went from filming it and then kind of straight to the platforms.
I see.
But I pray that I can have some premieres in the future, and
see, I'll be looking forward to that because we did one, not for the movie I just mentioned, but it was a different film. Two years ago? Yeah, was it 2 years ago? Right before? No, was it before the COVID-19? Must have been, because it's been a little while now. And it was the night that Detroit had one of the worst storms ever. And it was at the Bel Air Theater. We didn't hear one drop of rain fall. You talk about a building soundproof. Hey, and then we did get a chance to see the movie all the way through, and then the lights went out.
Oh.
The writer and the starter film and others, and we're like, why don't lights go out? Then all of a sudden, somebody comes in and says, "Well, we have to evacuate." And if when I hear the word evacuate, I'll be like, wait a minute, war? What's going on around here? So we all made our way. Folks had little lights on their keychains and phones and stuff. And when they looked outside, it was black, flood, just a big mess. But anyway, it didn't spoil, being able to see the film, but it spoiled the rest of what we wanted to do there. It was fun. So,
now, we got
they're
about
nice.
We got about 4 minutes in this segment.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
what is wrong with this clock?
The world is speeding up.
Right.
And one thing I want to get to, and we may have to catch it on the other side of the break. When you were mentioning future projects, I know you and I talked, and you were saying how you were working on, I believe, like a TV series or a pilot or something.
Yes.
Maybe you can kind of touch on that before we go to break.
Oh yes. So I can't disclose who these big people that's going to be a part of it, but I will say this TV series that we're working on, that we're starting filming next year. So right now we're in the pre-production stages right now, but we're going to be looking for some new talent. Going to be working with King Cooper's production and his associates as well with this project, and also with director Quincy. He's going to be a part of it as well. So I'm really excited. And this TV series is a drama, very cerebral. It got some romance in there, a little bit of religion. So you got your suspensefulness, thriller, all these things that's going to be. So we're going to be looking for actors, production members, things like that. So yes. So I'm really excited. Looking forward to 2025. Yeah.
Does that have a title?
Yes, Love Heist. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Love Heist.
Love Heist.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll be coming in the fall of next year?
Yeah,
summer,
I would
spring,
say maybe mid-fall of next year. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited about
so
that.
Good to look. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be a love story, or the moral of the story is, or
well, Love Heist is about these different characters who, in some shape or form, get they love stolen from someone they didn't really give it to, and so whether it's it can be pastor, or it can be your aunt, your uncle, your friend, but however they've been mistreated in so many different ways. And so here you will see like these different characters dealing with the average daily problems and trying to work through them. And on the flip side of things, there are ones who are like kind of misusing them, mistreating them, and they love. So, but it gives it got some action in there, some drama, and so things that the viewers like to see. Obviously, when I did Peckertom, I really knew that this film was going to be more or less targeted towards the religious individual. And so with Love Heist, it kind of targets everything, like everyone can be involved in it. And so, yeah.
I asked that because, the Cosby Show is superb. It's on today on cable, and there are those who want to dismiss it because of Bill Cosby's personal problems. But his personal problem, in my opinion, has nothing to do with his quality of work and the reason for his work. The Cosby Show and the One Different Worlds. These were works by him that where the moral of the story is, or your life would be impacted if you did such and such, or if you did not do, such and such.
Well,
and our young people needed that. College admissions increased because of different worlds. Yes.
We hit the top of the hour. Yes.
Well, I just want to let all of you who are tuned in refresh your orange juice or your coffee. Call somebody. We are really enjoying our guests this morning and just sharing a lot of information with you. We'll be back momentarily.
To These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter. You're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first, they'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
And we are back with our guests talking about Peckatum and other projects and adventures. And we're definitely looking forward to the next project of the TV series.
Yes.
And he's telling us that it may be the early fall of next year.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Wow. So excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And as we were going into the break, I was talking about the effects of the body of work, be it TV, movie, I hate to say this, rap area. Oh, goodness. It is so sad to hear a rap song that tells young people to spray the block, you know, or to tell them this one. You were telling me about the meeting that tell us about leaving the club and all of that.
It was interesting. We just had our first guest was James Ford, and he's been very staunch on trying to implement something for those who run red lights. So, and I've only heard this song once, so I haven't had a chance to absorb it as much as I like, and I don't really listen to rap a lot anyway. I just happened to come across it, but there was a rap song that I was listening to that said something to the effect of, we leaving the club, we don't care what's right, we about to run every red light, something along that line. So those who are gullible, influential, naive, or just don't really care would listen to that song, and then having that embedded in their mind, they would think when they leave the club, now they've had their Moet or Ciroc or whatever, so that means that they're not in their right mind to begin with, and then the song or the rap song encourages them to say, hey, look, we ain't gonna have, you only live once, so disregard the red light and let it roll. And I just thought that was, well, it's in bad taste, and probably the guy who sang the song, as we know, a lot of people sing or do things that they don't actually participate in. They talk about robberies or multiple love affairs and this, that, and the other. They don't do it, but it's a good selling thing. Just like Zeke was saying about Peckerton, you have to add different little elements in there because you never know who's in your audience, and this or that might appeal to them. So, yeah, that song was encouraging people to, you load it on liquor and probably, bud or whatever. And then your next thing is just to hit the streets and don't care about red lights. You only live once.
And to bring it back to where also what Theo was saying about with the shows back then. So, growing up, my parents didn't really allow us to watch a lot of stuff. Shows that we grew up on was like Family Matters and the Cosbys and And so they really kind of monitor what was kind of been brought into our minds. And, but, you know, like you said, those shows actually taught a lot, you know, and even though there's been some controversy things around, you know, certain individuals such as, you know, Bill and maybe a few others, but the body of work that he produced and he put out there, it helped so many, you know, and so that you can't take it, like you said, you can't take that away, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It did a lot of good. So
I'm glad it's still on. I watch it.
We actually have a caller.
Oh, okay.
Caller, we're about to let you become a part of the dialogue. And our guest is Zeke, who's a filmmaker and producer. And we welcome your input. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Could you tell us your name and how you're...
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Slack Soul Silverado.
All right. Happy Monday. How are you?
Yeah, I just want to know if any of you are familiar with 19 Keys. It's a podcast called 19 Keys. And this young man interviews many successful Black other young males that are very positive in the community. And one of the guys that he interviewed was a rapper. And he's rapping how the other rappers are glorifying things that are killing the community. I can't think of the rapper's name, but I sent it to my son because my son just did a tour in Europe, and they were in like 5 different places, Berlin, London, all over Paris, Amsterdam, doing videos. And my son was the one that hit me to 19 Keys. But if you look up 19 Keys podcast, he interviews nothing but young Black successful males and females that are putting out an input into our community and trying to encourage others to get involved in positive, productive businesses, ownership, economics. I mean, health, wealth, all kind of information. Yaki and Billy Carson is one that I always put on Facebook for people to see how they're killing us through the meat, through the foods, through the water, through the entertainment industry. They're constantly trying to wake us up. And so when I see it and I'm able to share it on Facebook myself, I'm trying to get that information out to people because they are so saturated with the negative and normalizing the negative.
Right.
I have to
Definitely
say,
right.
I've been following 19 Keys, Billy Carson, Yaki Awakened for at least Awakened. Yeah. For at least a good 6 to 8 months now. And I always look forward to those interviews. As you say, he does have a lot of positive input and inspirational things that are said by him and his guests because his people are more or less limited by their thoughts. And if their thoughts are in a box, like when they say think outside the box, some people are just locked in a box. They can't seem to find a way out. And this happens to be a great format. So yeah, if a person just goes on YouTube and put in 19 Keys, that's all you got to do. Everything else will be presented and given to you.
Also, they had, my friend's son was being interviewed. His name is Tommy Duncan. He worked with Dame Dash and did the movie about Detroit. Tommy Duncan's son bought him a beautiful home in Bloomfield Hills. He sold his company for about $130 million at the age of 30. So I just love listening to these guys because they are so positive. They are. And then do you listen to Londrell? He's another young man that my son, I'm just loving him because he introduced me to so many positive energy through young folks. Londrell does a lot of meditation type of music, and it's all about love and health and wealth for the community. lifting your spirits and your soul. I mean, I listen to him all the time, and he lifts me all the way up.
And I hope he's involved in this election that's going on. Does he bring that up at all?
No, now I got to tell you that the 19 Keys and most of them are saying that, they just, I don't feel them really involved with the politics because I think they looking at more of trying to get, people saturated into, ownership and control and supporting their community, but they don't seem to believe in the politics.
Wow.
They seem to believe that that's more of another type of a distraction that just hasn't worked out for our people.
Yeah, what they do basically, as I say, I've been following them for just under a year. They're trying to build up the self-confidence, the integrity of the community, helping people understand the value of self-worth, independence, do for self. And 19 Keys happens to have come out of the Islamic and Muslim tradition, more particularly with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So he was raised in that environment. Yes. So he was raised in that environment, and as we know, and there's other communities as well, maybe the Amish as well, but there's certain other groups that do not, let's say, put at the forefront politics as much as they put at the forefront the building of their communities, building economic, social bases.
Yeah, they're more into, like you said, economics and spiritual.
Because that's how you operate from a base of power. When you have power, if you have scattered individuals, there's no power there. But if you have an economic base, then you also have a voice. And politicians listen to it. We already know if you ain't got no money, then you can say what you want. But if you got a little money and you got some following, then they come knocking on your door.
Well, see, the people who have character, which is what you two are talking about, are the kind of people we need to vote. Politics affects you daily, whether you realize it or not.
They need to do more than vote. They need to be the candidates that's running for the position, because their mindset is to uplift the people and empower them with not only their history but their health and their wealth.
Those
and
are
they
the
are
kind.
doing a good job with all their interviews that's actually pouring in and doing the right things and sending out the right messages for their community.
Well, I pray that
I would rather see somebody like them on the the ballot
as a candidate.
Because right now everybody else is just a lot of retread.
Yeah, well, I pray that they begin to realize they need to be the candidates and the voters, because those are the people who will make the better policies that we have for us. And not like Trump, as the BD said earlier, telling the police officers, well, you don't have to wear your cameras anymore. You can beat the crap out of somebody and nobody will be a witness.
Now, one
we
thing
need their help.
I want to segue into, because I spoke with Zeke off when we were off the air, about how people can contact him who may want to be actors or work behind the scenes, cameras, boom mic, etc. So I want to do this twice in the program, so that way people, if you didn't have your pen and paper handy, he's going to say it now, but we're going to say it before the end of the show, how you can contact Zeke for his future film projects.
Oh yeah, make sure I get in touch with Zeke, because I got young men that are talented, and I wouldn't mind being in the background myself.
Get your pen and paper handy in there. She's ready. Go ahead. She's ready.
So you can contact me with my email, musicnerd, the number 8, prod@gmail.
Okay, once again, slowly.
Music nerd.
Music nerd, number 8, and then prod.
PROD.
@gmail. Yes.
@gmail. Gotcha.
And my number 586-441-2372.
Again, slowly.
Sorry, but 586 441-2372.
Gotcha, baby. Thank you. I love y'all.
Love you too. Thank you.
Sylvia. Now, before you get too far away, this Saturday, this weekend is Sweetest Day weekend. And Hood Research is going to do a tour of the Wayne County Community College Sports Wellness Building, which is on 4th Street. Where the main post office is, 4th Street. And the address is 971 West 4th. Anyway, it's a brand new building. Facilities for those who want to exercise, run, track, and build up their health, stamina, etc. They have various workshops there. We're going to go on a tour of that building. And we're going to have light refreshments. We're going to raffle off a 6-month membership to the center there. And it's something that Dr. Curtis Ivory, who is over all of the Wayne County Community College campuses, has provided that for us here in the community. You can go to the one on Linden and Myers and building, been there forever. You can go to Bustle Family on the east side, been there forever. You can go to Fairlanes, been there forever. But this is a brand new, clean facility for our community. This Saturday, October 19th, from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., we want to lift up our men and let them know that we appreciate them, we love them. And they have a male basketball team, female basketball team. And we're looking forward to one of the players to come, coach and whomever, to introduce the community to the sports teams that Wayne County Community College has. They play other community colleges around as well. Have a chance to meet them. So it's this coming Saturday, and we're looking forward to enjoying that at Wayne County Community College, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., 971 West 4th Street.
And we want to see you there as well. And one thing I have to say is that, just as a footnote, now Valentine's Day was supposed to be for the women, which it definitely is. And Sweetest Day was supposed to be for the men. However, I think we've taken the second spot again in this celebration. But that's okay, because as long as we're on the agenda, that's fine too.
That's right. Hood Research is not taking that. We are lifting up our men this coming Saturday, October the 19th. And we're looking forward to having some fun that day. And we hope that they will enjoy themselves as well.
Now, as we get down to maybe about the last 8-10 minutes of the show, when you're having fun, it seems to end too soon. But as long as you have fun, that's all that matters, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So again, our guest is Zeke, who did the film Peckatum, Peccatum. You can go on YouTube, I think, or how do you do that?
You can go on to Amazon. For those who are Prime members, you can go on to Amazon and you'll find the film Peckatum. And you can also go on to Tubi. Tubi is free, obviously. You can type in Peckatum and you'll find the film there as well. So,
yeah, I happen to have, as he said, it is free, and I happen to have Tubi on my television, along with some of the other platforms as well. So I was able to look at it on television, and it was a nice view all the way around. And one of the things I like about it too is since it's shot in Detroit primarily, I would say. Okay, those of you who are Detroiters will see different various landmarks that you can relate to, and I always enjoyed films. I think I forgot the name of the film, but I think Steven Seagal, somebody was in it, but they shot a lot of that. It was a Tyler Perry movie, as a matter of fact. They shot it in Detroit, so they showed the People Mover and a lot of the sites. So Peckatum has that same element as well. It's shot in Detroit, so those of you near and far who've been to Detroit or lived in Detroit will be able to say, "Oh yeah, I remember this place or that place," and it just kind of brings you a little bit more into it. Now, Go ahead.
Oh, well, speaking on that as well, I want to definitely get a shout out to my uncle and auntie who gave us their church to do the film at. And so we used their church. So I want to give a shout out to Pastor Beverly and Missionary Beverly. And I've known them since I was a little kid. So it was really an honor for that they gave us their church to use to film. And obviously we used some of the landmarks around downtown area over there by Mount Elliott. And so that was actually pretty cool. So.
Can you tell us, are you allowed to tell us the church?
Oh, yes. Harper Avenue, Church of God in Christ. So, yes. It's off of, I believe, Joseph Campus, I believe. They gave us the church to film, and that church has been there since I was a little kid. So,
Nice.
Now we're coming down to about 9 minutes on the show. So one of the things I hope you got your pen and paper together. I'm gonna allow Zeke again to give you contact information, and you may yourself not be someone who's interested in the movie either in front of the camera or behind the camera, but you may have family members, friends, associates who do.
Yes.
So this information that you're copying down, even if you don't use it directly, because I'm writing down everything. I got so many notes. I could start an encyclopedia or something. It's just that in depth. But for those who know of someone, you might have a child that's talented, because I'm sure you're dealing with all age ranges, and so it means anybody can include. And sometimes, like Sylvia was saying herself, which is kind of comical, even if you can just be one of those people who are in the background, who doesn't have a role, but they need somebody sitting at a table or this or that, to provide whatever is necessary for the scene. Zeke is about to give you contact information again. So he's going to give it to you slowly, because I don't write fast myself and I don't do shorthand. And then that way you can become involved for the future project, which is Love Heist.
Yes. So my email is musicnerd8 prod@gmail. Musicnerd8 prod@gmail. My number 586-441-2372. And to add to that too, even if I don't have, I know there's some who's going to contact me, and usually, because I work with so many of my colleagues, whether it's here, one of my good friend of mine, he films out in LA now, and I know he's doing a project up here, I believe, sometime next year. And so even if I don't have something rolling or going on, I'm always going to refer you to those who do. And this community of individuals that I work with, are very positive individuals, and we all help each other. I know I bug most of my colleagues on information. So some things I do know, and there's some things I don't know. And but I know that they're always there to pick up, when I need to get information. So, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We get 5 minutes, and Theo, I want to have you share with people how to contact Hood Research information, how they can become a part of it, the call in on Saturday, and just that good information.
Okay. Well, first I would like to say that if anyone wants to vote by mail, you need to start calling the clerk's office to make sure that they have your correct information, and some have signed up for permanent ballots to be sent out automatically. And the telephone number for the city clerk's office is 876-0190, 313-876-0190. And it does not hurt to call to make sure that they have all of your information anyway, just in case. So many strange things are going on these days with the kind of threats that are being put out by Donald Trump. The two items on the ballot, I want you to read them very carefully. I recommend a no vote on both of them, because the one who is asking for a continuation And the other one is asking to add $6 more, which will bring you up to $24 per 1,000. Those who proposals that have the word levy in them, levy, same thing as a tax. Those who are written it, use the word millage. Millage is a tax. So don't be fooled by all of the little clever ways that proposals are presented to you. And again, I encourage you to vote no. For research at the end of our program, we want to say to you that it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to bring and share with you, and encourage you to share with us, as Sylvia did a little earlier. I want you to know that the contact email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, CONTACT, little @ symbol, A with the circle around it, HOODRESEARCH.org. That's contact@hoodresearch.org. We have a website. Just go on and review some of the good information that we have and bring to you. We encourage you to join Hood Research. It's $20 a year, or a lifetime membership is $300. We have a number of activities that we do. We have a conference call that we do every Saturday. It started during the COVID pandemic, and people were feeling down, depressed, etc. So we started our conference call. It's from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday. You're not mandated to be on for 3 hours. They only punish me. But the telephone number, if you call Hood Research, the number is on the voicemail. And the number that you would call any Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 is 1-978-990-5000. Again, you have to dial the 1 first. 1-978-990-5000. It rings one time, and the access code that you put on is 338-729. Press the pound key, you hear us talking. Once again, the access code is 338-729#, and you join in with the conversation. The telephone number to reach Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. The telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. The B, do you want to share?
Yes. And as I say at the end of every program, what do I say, Theo? I had one of them senior
you want to be
yeah,
nothing?
Yeah. Okay, as I say at the end of every program, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
Right on.
And I want to thank Zeke, film producer, and I want to thank our earlier guest, James Ford, for being here in the studio with us.
And we want you to tune in again next Monday at 9 a.m. And don't forget, Sweetest Day is this coming Saturday. We want to lift up our men, let them know we love them, and share with us from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. That is 971 West 4th Street. This coming Saturday, October the 19th.
Quick shout out to Mark Cummings.
Absolutely. We expect him to be with us then as well. So thanks for tuning in, and peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a Positive Image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.